What's up guys, MeanSpeed here. Today going to be doing the second suggested setup, which is going to be dual short range pistols for a commando. I was actually asked to do the same setup but for a soldier as well, but I wouldn't actually be able to do that because right now I'm saving up my VP because really I kind of want to save a bit of money on BFH, so I want to buy a few unlimited weapons. So really I wouldn't really want to rent some weapons just for a video, and I know it sounds a bit selfish of me, but I'm really trying to save up my VP, so I'll only be able to do videos with weapons that I own permanently, which will actually be on the original video I uploaded called Give Me a Setup or something. So if you want to suggest something and you want to know, that I'll definitely be able to do it and use what you asked me to use, then pretty much just check that video out and it'll help you. So yeah. I know that I'm using the TC9 or the Tech 9, however you say it, and I'm sure when this was suggested people thought I'd use two of the normal short range pistols, that shoot in bursts of 3, but I don't actually have two permanent short range pistols like that. I only have this one and the Florenzi's Uber Flurry, so yeah. And of course the VP thing I mentioned before is obviously why I didn't go for another short range pistol and rent it. So yeah, this is actually my second time trying to record this, by the way, because the audio in the first one was crackly, I guess. That's really the only word I can use to describe it. So yeah, you might have heard it on my Q&A introduction video as well, for a little bit, but yeah. So the setup itself, I can tell you now, it's much easier to use on a commando because obviously you have stealth, you have elixir and the teleporter to escape. And I guess, soldiers can use the teleporter as well, but really they tend to carry like Bill's bomb and stuff like that. To make this easier, you can use an MGL like I did, but this is really one of those setups that can go from being really powerful to really weak depending on how you play. You really have to be sneaky, and because you have to be up in people's faces, it does get quite risky at times. And I think in the footage there were quite a lot of gunners in the server, and the problem with gunners is mainly that if there are loads in one server, they're kind of like sharing Leggett all the time, which means that it's pretty hard to get close to them because they're much faster. They can strafe, make themselves harder to hit, and they can even back away at a certain speed to make your weapons kind of useless. So yeah, those are the situations where it's kind of hard to use the pistols. But easier situations could be like single targets, like a soldier on his own maybe. Pretty easy to get them if you're sneaky and get very close. With the TC9 you really have to be careful because you have to be point blank, whereas the normal short range pistols, I think, give you a little bit more space, I guess, to get good damage in. I mean, it's still close range, but the TC9 is for really close range, if you know what I mean. Really, I find that with the TC9 I never really kill someone with the full clip. And with the full clip of the normal short range pistol, I believe you can do like 157 damage or something like that. I mean, I read it in a thread somewhere. It was a tutorial for pistols on a commando. So it seems like the short range pistol is more reliable, and I only really find the TC9 good for dealing with commandos because of their low health. I find that you don't always manage to finish off a gunner or a soldier with one clip of the TC9, possibly because, well, possibly you can if you get a huge amount of crits because the weapon has a 40% critical hit chance per bullet, but you're really, relying on luck that you'll get the crits and take people out. So yeah, using duals is obviously really nice because if you don't have another short range pistol or a knife with you for a reliable backup weapon, then you're pretty much going to get killed because you'll struggle to take out gunners with shields. So yeah. I mean, the TC9 can be effective if you workbench it, I guess. I mean, I put the shotgun attachments on both of the pistols that I'm using, but really I never use them. I just put them on because I checked my workbench area one day, and apparently I had like 6 of the attachments. So yeah, I just thought I might as well attach them to something. Better mods would have to be the crit ones, like the super crit, because it's nice to extend the crit chance even higher. you know, to rely on crits more, and you have a slightly better chance to crit. Maybe even the Dr. Bullet mod if you can actually manage to get it, because you get 5 health back for every 3 crits that you make, I think, which can be pretty helpful in those close range fights, because 80 health really is nothing and it can go down in a matter of seconds, so getting that health back would be pretty helpful. A mod not to use on the normal pistols, the normal short range ones, definitely pack-in, because as they shoot in bursts of 3, the pack-in mod at level 1, for example, will only give you 1 shot, which kind of makes it a bit awkward and odd. So yeah, in terms of maps, definitely Perilous Port, but to be honest, you can really use any map, because, you know, you're a commando, you can pretty much get close to people on any map. You have stealth, really, which helps you with that, obviously. Unless there's a hacker or a marked target spammer in your game. But yeah, it's definitely easier to try it out on a commando, but, you know, really hard, like I said, against gunners sharing Leggett all the time. You really have to hope or rely on the enemy team not having much mobility. Short range pistols are great for getting people from behind who are maybe not paying too much attention to the game and standing still, or people who are sniping and stuff. By the way, the footage might be going from one server to another and to different maps, because I was having some problems with fraps, so I started stopping and starting the recording at different points in different servers, but I think I've fixed the issues now, so yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know I didn't really focus on the dual aspect of the gameplay as such, and just the weapons individually and bits about the workbench. Probably even spoke too much about the TC9, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. Of course, you know, if you have other suggestions, feel free to comment on this video or the past ones I've done with your suggestions, and I'll try to do them in the future. Also, I have Google Plus now, so I can reply to comments, and it actually didn't mess with my YouTube name in the URL. I'm still officially Larvitar, I guess, so that's pretty nice, which is what I was worried about before. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.